Now if I'm honest, this has potential to be another fight of the night or fight of the year. El Rayo, Jose Valenzuela against Diego Torres. Stylistically an absolutely tremendous matchup. Two fighters goes toe to toe. But Valenzuela, of course, he's a former world champion. He's the man with the technical ability. But does Torres have what it takes to dethrone him? Now when you see Valenzuela here in his last fight against Gary Russell, he was very defensive minded, where he would be on the back foot, land counters, but at the same time he'd be stood there like this, where he might land one shot out of 4, but the problem is he stays in the pocket way too long that his opponent always lands the better shots, because when you're stood there like a lemon like Valenzuela, and you'll see on numerous occasions how high his chin is, Russell exposed that with ease, where he parried that jab down from Valenzuela down, lands a little glances jab there, comes forward, and because he's in the pocket he easily lands that right hook, although Valenzuela landed one too. But when you stand in the pocket like that, you get caught with silly shots which you should have. You should, like with Pitbull for example, when he fought Pitbull Cruz, land your shots and move. Don't land, stay in the pocket, because then someone like Gary Russell, any of the Gary Russell brothers, they will knock you spark out. So he needs to be careful and have his chin a lot more tucked in than he did this night, because he was very lucky he went the distance and Russell somehow didn't get him out of the ring. Where this combo I think could be the key, that hook down below and the jab up top, if he tightens up his defense though, because if he lands shots like that, goes head body and then just pivots out like he did against Colbert, like he did against Pitbull Cruz, a lot easier night in the office. Where with Gary Russell, he wants to go toe to toe. I don't know the game plan, where this is the blueprint and this is how you beat someone like Torres, a front forward, aggressive, high pressure fighter. Catch his hook and then land that shot, and then what do? Pivot out like that, little check hook. Don't just stand there in the pocket and trade with someone who will take your head off, which he did that amazingly. Again, parried the right hand as well from Pitbull. Defensively, unreal. Lands a good uppercut, lands a few good hooks, and every shot here Pitbull landed, he missed. Rayo's defense is unreal, but the problem is he picks and chooses when he wants to do them, when he wants to use his defense. With Colbert, he proved he could go toe to toe, but again he went toe to toe with someone who is a slick boxer. He made Colbert fight his own game, which is key. If he, for example, makes people fight into his own game, where he can box at range, a lot easier night. Where this proved he can go toe to toe with people who don't hit hard or are slick boxers, but when he goes toe to toe with real hard hitters, elite fighters, it's a long story. Where this is what I think, where people call him Loma Rayo, from these little pivots, the way he lands and moves. This might sound crazy, but shades of Prince Nassim here. I'm not saying he's at that level, but footwork wise and the combinations and the way he creates them angles, yes, in that sequence. I'm not saying he is as a fighter as good as him, but if he shows signs of that Loma Rayo, as people spoke about, it's going to be a great performance for him if he decides. Where with Torres, he's another, high pressure, come forward fighter, but he gets too complacent on the back foot, which Maratala exposed. And every shot you see he throws, he doesn't really throw with all his might. It's just lazy jabs, lazy hooks. With Maratala, he throws with all his might, he throws with all his power, hence how he managed to stop him. With Torres, he's a decent counter puncher, but the problem is he doesn't really have a plan B or plan C. It's more plan A, just go toe to toe, maybe lay on the back foot, land a few shots and maybe catch him. But again, Maratala saw through that. He had a plan A, B and C and exposed out the night. So with Torres, he needs to be more at his own game, where you see his counter punching here, he is capable of landing them shots and pushing them back on the back foot. He could do that against someone like Rayo, who easily stands in the pocket, because if he makes him fight in the middle, I favour Torres. As good and as hard as Rayo hits, I do believe Torres on the inside has a massive advantage, because on the inside with the shorter reach and the way he goes toe to toe and he proves that he can mix in the middle, it's an easy night for Torres. But on the back foot, as you can see, he struggles. His only chance is counter punching, turning, landing shots and beating him at his own game and landing beautiful left hooks just like that. Although for Torres, his fight against Escobedo, I do believe that's probably one of his most underrated performances. If you see the way he slowly broke him down bit by bit, and he proved he can mix on the back foot as well as the middle. But again, against someone like Rayo, you can't do that. So the key against someone like Rayo, leaping gazelle hooks. You see Gervonta use them all the time. You got to use them against Rayo, especially when he has his chin up high in the sky. Hit, hold, and and then land on the break. Be a bit dirty if you have to, but just don't get a point taken off. If you hit and hold him, and then lean back and hit him on the break like Dos Santos did, easy night to work, an easy works night I should say, and obviously win the first 2 rounds, because I do believe that will be what dictates the fight and dictates the tempo, so that is key for him. Where with Rayo on the other hand, constant movement, regular switches. Again, when you land what you need to do, switch stance, be unorthodox, be awkward, be the person that he can't read, box and move, because if you box and move, that big punch will come, just like it did against Chris Colbert. Patience and composure is the key, and of course, bring back Loma Rayo, bring back that Rayo that, lands them good shots, mixes in the middle, mixes in the back, switches stance, makes you look like a fool for 12 rounds, or unless he gets him out before the final bell. Now, if I'm completely honest, it's actually a decent fight. I mean, Rayo is a 1-9. Personally, I do think that is a bit wide. Bear in mind, he's coming off losing his world title, so I understand they do want to cherry pick him a fight like this, but I do believe it will be a tough fight. I believe Torres is a game fighter, but I do believe Rayo is of course 2 or 3 levels above. I do believe Torres, he might nab a few rounds because he's game and he'll make you work, and I do believe it will be competitive, but be very, very convincing who wins on the night. And the person who I do believe will win on the night is quite clearly Jose Valenzuela. Now, I believe Torres is tough. I know he got stopped against Mortala, but I don't believe Valenzuela will do the same. I believe that he'll land a few good shots, might hurt him and rock him or maybe drop him, but I do believe he will get the nod on the scorecards. I do believe he'll be more at bay, utilising his range, boxing and moving. I don't think he's going to trade on the inside as much. I do believe he will on spells, but I do believe that he'll understand the danger that Torres possesses in that game, and when he lands them shots, he moves out. I do believe he's learned from that Gary Russell fight. I do believe he's learned from the De Los Santos fight, and I do believe he will bring the old shades of the old Roma Rayo, I should say. That is all for today. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and as always, this ain't financial advice. This is going to be what I'm betting and backing based off my own research and understanding. Have a great day, boys.